Welcome back. We've covered the innovation project, building a robot, and programming it. And today we're wrapping up the series with something that actually runs underneath everything else you do all season, core values. These are the same core values first introduced back in our very first video. This is where they actually show up in real life. It's less of a formula and more of a reflection of who your team actually is. Basically, does your team get along well, like a close family, and do you help people beyond just your own team? Judges are watching for this everywhere, not just in one interview. In the room, at your table, and out on the competition floor. Here's the thing about core values. It isn't purely a Q&A like the others. Judges are watching how you treat your teammates, other teams, and volunteers all day long. It shows you're a good person who wants to help others and make a real difference. Honestly, this is what First Mission is technically all about, more than any robot or presentation. Here's how we'll think about it today. 3 steps. Try to prepare these 3 steps so at competition it'll come naturally. Step 1. This is honestly one of the most important ones. Live them as a team. The idea is you just work close as a family, support each other, celebrate wins together, and help each other through the most challenging parts, because FLL, you're going to put in large amounts of time and large amounts of effort, and then working together on this will naturally make you closer. And look outward too. Help your community, not just your own team. Be someone who wants to make a difference, and that's really the heart of First Mission. That has to be a genuine day-to-day, not something you turn on the moment you walk into competition. For example, you can help other FLL teams in your community, or build something that helps spread awareness for robotics in underprivileged areas. Once you did something like this, you should prepare all of it together so you can present to the judge as well. Step 2 is to prepare and share them. Judges will ask this directly in your Q&A, so you have to have real answers ready as well as rehearsed lines. Some of the most common questions are like, how does your team solve disagreements or problems, where you should talk about how you solve it with a consensus when you talk about everybody with your team. And even if one person disagrees, then you're going to have to reevaluate and talk through it until everybody agrees. Some other questions are like, what's the most fun thing you've done together this season? Whatever you prepare, pick real stories from your actual season, and specific moments always beats a generic idea. Here's a tip that pays off. Collect photos along this entire season, eating together, late nights working on your presentation, celebrating small wins, all of it. Bring a photo book to competition as real evidence of who your team is. A great way to organize it is by each FLL core value, 1 section per value, with photos that actually show that value in action. For example, like if for inclusion, you can show your team helping some underprivileged team or gain more access to FLL resources or something like that. It gives judges something to flip through beyond what you just tell them. Step 3, show it at competition. Be kind all day to everyone. Don't say anything mean about anyone ever, because they could be listening. And that goes within your own team too. Everyone needs to be extremely locked in and focused, not goofing around. This has to be a very high and peak performance for everyone. Look for chances to volunteer and help other teams with small things, and genuinely cheer other teams on. Judges and volunteers will notice this. One specific moment worth practicing is before every robot match, to wish the other team good luck. A handshake or a high five every single time. This is gracious professionalism in action, and competing hard while still respecting team across the table. It's a small moment, but it says a lot about who your team is, as well as helping you gain points for your gracious professionalism during that robot game. Well, that's a wrap on the whole series. The innovation project, building a robot, programming it, and now core values. Thanks for watching all the way through. Good luck at competition, and have fun out there. Thank you.